Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more Friday Night Magic. Oh, this hand is horrible, gotta pick a new one. It's not much better. Well, the last hand was okay, but we had like no lands, so we couldn't exactly take it, so let's just take this. This week we're gonna be playing a mono green deck. It's all about Beast being all stompy and trying to roll over your opponent. It seems alright, I don't know, man. The mono, compared to some of the other mono decks, it's just doing okay. I definitely don't think it's as strong as the mono red or the mono white decks that we've taken a look at in the past. Oh, speaking of mono red, here come the goblins. Good lord, this is gonna be a headache and a half, I can tell you right now. Especially since we don't have any early plays here. This is kind of, I don't know, gonna be a bit obnoxious. We've got the Advocate of the Beast here, so this is gonna pump up our other beast on our end step whenever we have a beast in play. So I think I might play the Advocate of the Beast first and then follow it up with another beast, or we've got the the Krasis here, which it's got Evolve, which means whenever we play a creature with greater power than it gets pumped up, so we might have to play that first. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Here come the goblins, they'll swinging for 2, bringing us down to 18. And then he's gonna play another Krankos command, so there are 4 goblins in play. So something I'm gonna need to focus on here is just removing those goblins. We need to get rid of them. We need to play something that we can block them with. So I think for that reason, we're gonna go with the Advocate of the Beast right now. It's a 2/3. It's gonna allow me to block these goblins if he decides to go for a full swing. My big concern though is that he's running, he probably has shocks. He probably has 4 shocks. He could also have like a trumpet blast, but I don't think, I can't not block because I need to clear. The more goblins he has in play, the worse off we are. So there we go, there's the shock. Pretty much as expected. But the smaller number of goblins he has in play, the better off we are, because the goblin decks that I've seen and the goblin deck that I ran focuses on pumping up your really tiny minions for some massive burst damage. That's the idea. So this turn, we're gonna go with another blocking creature, and I think we're gonna be best off here with the Primal Hunt Beast. This is a 3/3, so it can block his 1/1s easily, but it also has hexproof, which means he can't target it with shock. Now, he could still kill it if he's got like a trumpet blast, but he skips his combat phase, so that pretty much tells me that he probably doesn't have a trumpet blast. All right, I think this turn, it's actually gonna be good if we go with the Battering Krasis, and then we can actually kill off one of his goblins as well with one of our Prey Pawns. Prey Pawn forces 2 creatures to fight, not in combat. So you basically get to make favorable trades this way. And I think I'm gonna attack as well. I know he can double block here, but again, remember what I said earlier, if he double blocks, that means he's got no goblins in play. And that's a situation where I am feeling much more comfortable, because he can do all sorts of things to pump up his goblins to make these seemingly small creatures much, much more imposing. So, but he doesn't double block, the 3 goes through as we saw, and yeah, what is this, Bolt of Kurnos? Deals 3 damage to our creature, player scry for 1. Oh, shit. Kills the Battering Krasis, which makes sense because that thing was just gonna keep getting bigger with its Evolve. I don't know if I already said this, but the way Evolve works is whenever a creature with a power greater than the Evolved creature comes into play, the Evolved creature gets bigger. It gets a 1/1 counter on it. We draw into a land, that's perfect, so now we can play the Garruk's Pack Leader. And, this is a central, sort of another one of the central cards of this deck. It's a 4/4, which is great. But also, whenever a creature with power 3 or greater comes into play, under our control, which we have a lot of, such as this Mold Shambler, whenever a creature with power 3 or greater comes into play, we get to draw a card. Now, we've got a few smaller ones, as you can see in our graveyard. We've got the 2/1, we've got the 1/1, but a good chunk of the creature cards in this deck are 3 or greater, and that gives us a lot of card draw off of the Garruk's Companion. All right, we're drew into the Young Wolf. Let's see here. Mold Shambler, let's play the Mold Shambler. This is gonna give us the card draw, okay? So Mold Shambler comes into play. We get to draw a card off of the Pack Leader, perfect. And we're gonna play a land. We've got the Primal Bellow, which is gonna pump up a creature +1/+1 for each force we control. We also have the Prey Upon, which I could use right now to pick off one of his goblins. Why don't we actually go ahead and do that? I'm gonna have these 2 fight, and that way we limit him to now 1 potential blocker. And now when we swing, we might get rid of his last creature in play. Now we've got the Primal Bellow, it's gonna let us pump up. Okay, what's he gonna do? He's gonna shock. All right, I'm just gonna let that go through. I could try to save it with the Primal Bellow, but I want to use the Primal Bellow to try to kill him eventually for that extra burst damage. I mean, it's huge. It's right now. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands in play. So it'd be 6 extra damage. So instead of dealing 3 right now, we could do 9. But I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait until we can actually use it as a finisher. We're gonna play the Young Wolf. Gives us that 1/1. It's a nice creature. Comes back if it dies, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna win next turn. We'll have to see what he plays here, but feeling fairly confident in the fact that we're probably gonna win next turn. All right, Seismic Strike deals damage to our creature equal to the number of mountains you control. All right, so he kills off our pack leader there, which is the right choice. But I don't think it matters. 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the game. All right, rock on. So go ahead and move into combat phase. Swing with the 3, so long as he doesn't kill anything here. Primal Bellow. Pumping it up. 8, 9, 10, 11. And that is game number 1. GG. Now on to game number 2. This is a decent looking opening hand. We don't have a lot of big creatures, but we do have the 2/1/1 Elvish Visionaries, which lets us draw cards. All right, he plays a Cloudfin Raptor 0/1 Flying Evolve. Remember, Evolve works so that whenever he plays a creature with power greater than it, it's going to get a 1/1 counter. So basically, whenever he plays any creature, because pretty much all creatures have at least 1 power, so that thing is going to be probably a nuisance. He's going to be able to get some that flyer bigger and bigger with the bigger creatures he plays. Oh, and he's running blue-green. Interesting. So that tells me he probably has some big green Stompies as well. All right, we're just going to play the Elvish Visionary right now. Draw a card, see what we get. It is another land. I guess that's fine. We don't really want lands at this point, though. We've got 2 in play, 4 in hand. That gives us 6 mana. That pretty much covers most of everything in our deck, with the exception of, I think I've got 1 8-drop. Or maybe it's a 7, I don't know, but 6 mana is enough. We just want to draw creatures now. Perfect. There's an Advocate of the Beast. And, yeah, we're going to play that. Play the Advocate of the Beast, 2/3. That way, if we play the Mold Shambler next turn, it'll get pumped up to a 4/4 during my end step. We can swing next turn with the Advocate of the Beast. I think that works out quite fine. And we're going to attack him for 1. I don't expect him to block. He does not block. Just because his 0/1's too valuable, since it'll keep getting bigger whenever he plays creatures. The question is, when is that going to be? Because he has not played any creatures yet. I don't know if he's getting screwed or if he's just the style of deck he's running. He's got a lot of spells. All right, so we can do a Mold Shambler or the Elvish Visionary. We'll just go ahead. Let's move into combat phase first. I want to attack first. See if he does anything. Chooses not to block, all right. That's fine by me. And then we play the Mold Shambler without the kicker. So again, if we paid the kicker, we could destroy an all-creature permanent, but I think it's too valuable right now to wait those 2 turns just to destroy like one of his lands. To get this creature in play earlier and get that potential damage through much earlier, or at least force him to block with his 0/1. Right, he plays an Elixir of Immortality. He can tap 2, sack it to gain 5 life. It also shuffles his graveyard into his library, but he doesn't even have a graveyard right now because he hasn't played much. I don't know what exactly his deck is, but he hasn't really done much thus far. I mean, he's really just been kind of sitting pretty. That's basically it. All right, now it's my turn. So we got some stuff we can play, but consider playing the Elvish Visionary pre-combat just to see if we draw anything that it can be useful. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. We could draw like a Prey Upon, use it to kill his creature, and then guarantee that all of our damage goes through. Oh, okay, no, we got a beast. That's fine. All right, we're gonna just swing with everything here. See if he decides to block. So we've got the Primal Bellow to push through a lot of extra damage. Right now, by the time we play it, it's gonna be at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because we have 7 lands showing. 5 in play, 2 in hand. We're gonna play our other beast, and we get to choose who we want to pump up. We're gonna pump up the 4/4, because if we pump up the Croesus, that means his Evolve won't trigger when we play this Primal Hunt Beast. So I don't want to pump him up before I trigger Evolve, because then I just don't get that benefit. Now I get a creature on the 4/4, turning it. What is this? Cost 1. less to cast for each creature in your graveyard. Okay, so he just paid its hard cast and it's a 5/5, and he can monstrosity it, which makes it huge. But he can't do that right now, so he's just got a 5/5. We've got the Primal Bellow, so we could use it to save a creature. If he blocks, why don't I play this first? That's going to trigger the evolve, turning my 2/1 into a 3/1. And then we're gonna swing with everything because I think we can kill him this turn potentially. So if he blocks the 5, 6, 7, 8, he takes 2, 3, 4. No, if he blocks my biggest threats, he won't die here. But I can save my creatures, so I can clear his board. So let's see what happens. All right, he's blocking the 2, 3 with his 5, 5 and the 1, 1. Okay, so we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 4, 5, 6. That is fatal. 9 plus, that's the win. So we don't have to save our creatures. We're just gonna pump up one of our attacking creatures. That's gonna give him 6 more, so that's a 9 damage. Plus 5, plus 6. That's the game. Glorious, glorious game. GG. Game number 3 now. Oh, wow. Look at this hand. Holy moly, look at this hand. Oh, this is unbelievable. I cannot, look at this. We have got a 1-drop, a 2-drop, a 3-drop, and a 4-drop. This is amazing curve. Amazing curve. So we start off here with the Young Wolf. Next turn we're gonna play the Elvish Visionary. Turn after that, we play the Battering Krasis. Then after that we can play, oh my gosh, this is amazing. All right, we're running against red-white. Red-white is typically white aggression with red pump up and damage. That's basically the general playstyle that you typically see. So we're gonna see what that is. First I wanna attack with my Young Wolf. We'll play the Elvish Visionary after. Sometimes I would Elvish Visionary pre-combat just in case to see if we draw something useful for combat. But since we only have 2 mana, we wouldn't be able to, whatever we're about to draw, we wouldn't be able to play it. What is he doing? Okay, raise the alarm. So he's getting 2 1/1s in play. So that's sort of what I expect. Like, he probably has a lot of white weenie creatures and then red damage or creature pump up. It's a really good color combination, and it's a really good play style. All right, so here's another red mana. Oh boy. So we're gonna expect a swarm of white creatures with some red support. And you know what? I'm gonna block because I think I'm on the defensive in this matchup. And the less creatures, oh god damn it. Of course he plays the Elite Vanguard right after. Well, I've got the Young Wolf though, which is a perfect blocker for that. Because it kills his 2/1, and then it comes back as a 2/2. Which will then let me block and kill his 1/1, potentially. Oh god, he plays another freaking... He just played a 2/1 that allowed him to gain, that gave him 4 life. So you see he's up to 23 now. All right, we're gonna play this. That way next turn when we play our 3/3, the 2/1 becomes a 3/2. And we are not gonna attack because I want to save my Undying Wolf as a blocker. I think that just makes the most sense here. So this is definitely a defensive matchup. We are not the aggressor here, not at all, not even a little bit. We want to be blocking his incoming damage. All right, so what the? Banisher Priest, he gets to exile one of my creatures until the Banisher Priest dies. So there goes the Young Wolf. And now he's gonna swing for 5, and I don't want to block. Son of a bitch. Because this thing is gonna get bigger. I don't wanna block. Oh, what an asshole. All right, 4, we can play the Primal Hunt Beast. It's a 3/3. It's got greater power than this guy, so he's gonna turn into a 3/2. Yeah, we're gonna swing. We're gonna swing because he might have a shock. But if he blocks with a 2/2, we get our guy back and his 2/2 dies. We've got the 3/3 as a blocker. And the great thing is when the 3/3 blocks, he can't finish my creature off with a shock. He can finish my creature off if he pumps up his creatures, which red has the potential to do. All right, another lone missionary. So he's gonna gain another 4 life, bringing him up to 24. And I expect him to attack here. Maybe not, because I've got the 3. And if he doesn't attack, he probably doesn't have any creature pump up. Because if he had, okay, there you go. Because if he had creature pump up, he would attack and kill my Hunt Beast, no question. All right, so I think that Pack Leader is the play here because it pumps up our 3/2, and it is going to make it so that in upcoming turns, whenever we play the 3/3 beast, we're going to get card draw. I'm trying to. I actually don't want to attack right now either because he can double block both creatures and kill them both. Now we would clear his board in that process, but I just don't think it's worth it. I think this is going to be sort of a arms race, as it were. I'm going to try to fill up my board. The only mass board clear, there's a red mass board clear that I believe does 2 damage across the board. So most of my creatures are safe from that. All right, we're going to play the Pack Leader. We get the card. Excuse me. Play the 3/3 beast. We get the card draw. Let's play the Visionary. Since I'm not attacking anyways, no reason for me to wait. Where this is just gonna be, we're just gonna sit this. We're not gonna sit this game out. We're here. We're playing, but I want to build a stronger board than he has. My biggest concern is his swarm. So while I might have bigger creatures in play, he will have. He is more likely, because of his deck type, and right now he just does. He is more likely to have another priest. There goes my Pack Leader. Shit. I need Prey Pawns. The deck runs 4 Prey Pawns. I should draw into some of them. I need my Prey Pawns. Come on, heart of the cards. Top deck. Is he gonna attack? Wow. I'm a little bit surprised, but that just tells me that he has no pump up. He has no creature pump up. All right, the Advocate of the Beast is gonna be good. We can start pumping up our beasts here. We can actually play that plus our other hexproof beast. Well, at this point, I'm obviously not gonna attack. Like, there's no question. There's no reason for me to attack. I just lose everything. So skip attack phase. Play the Advocate of the Beast. Play our Primal Hunt beasts. And who do we want to pump up here? We can pump up Trample. We can pump up the Hunt beasts. Well, the Hunt beasts are safe from being targeted, so the only thing that kills them is the mass removal. So why don't we pump up the Krasis? Because if I can get a big Trample threat in play, we can bypass a lot of his creatures and just push through that extra damage. My problem here, though, is I'm at 14 and he's at 24. We need a Prey Upon. That's not it. This is considered overextending, but I think I'm just gonna do it. Again, we're in this situation of an arms race. I feel that he has the advantage in the potential for mass damage because he's running red. I feel that he has the advantage in this position, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just not, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this game. I mean, we've built up quite a board, and we have as many creatures as he does, but they're bigger. But we don't have the crazy pump up that he has at his potential disposal. So that's why my nerves are a little, they're kind of making that noise for this game. I'm just not sure. All right, trained guy, Caracal or whatever you pronounce it. It's a 1/1, it's got lifelink, so he's gonna gain life whenever it does damage. Oh, yes! That is what we needed. This turns the tide tremendously because we're gonna kill his Banisher Priest. So he loses a creature, plus we get our creature back, and that triggers Evolve because our 4/4 just plopped back into play. Oh, that is good. I think we're gonna be attacking very soon. Not this turn, but I think very soon. I think very soon we will have to start attacking. This is what I love about Magic, whereas compared to Hearthstone. These sort of potential situations. They're just fun. And this would probably never happen in professional play. Because you know what? It may very well have been the situation where I should have attacked in prior turns, but the metagame is undefined here. I have no idea if he's running shocks, if he's running any mass. There's a lot of red spells that deal X damage to enemy minions, for example, or X damage across the board. So if I attack, and he's got an instant of anything that can kill my stuff off, he could like there could be a huge swing. So I need to wait until I feel like I can really push through damage. Here's an Advocate of the Beast. That is awesome. We're gonna do it. This is the turn. Here we go. I want to keep back my value creatures, but we've got a 7/6 trample. We've got all these 3/3s. This is, oh shit, I didn't want to attack with the Visionary. Because he can just block the Visionary with his 2/2. That's not good. Now, let's see what he does. He blocks that with a 2/1. That's a 3/2 trample, so 2 damage is going through just from that. He blocks a 3/3 with a 2/1. He's going to double block that, so he's going to kill it, but both his creatures are going to die. He's going to block this 3/3 with a 2/1. He's going to double block that, so all that's going to die. So he's only going to be left with 3 creatures here, and he's taking a sizable amount of damage. The 7/6 trample is going through. 2 damage is going through from the other trample, plus a bit more. He's down to freaking 10. Awesome. All right, Advocate of the Beast. We now have 2 of them in play, so we've got 2 pump-ups. I don't think I want to put them. I don't think I want to overcommit to my trample creature, so I'm going to go to 1 each. We're going to do 1 to the 4/4, making him a 5/5. We're going to do 1 to the trample, making him an 8/7. And oh boy, he's in a lot of trouble. If he can't exile my trample right now, if he can't exile my 8/7 trample, he's in a lot of trouble. What the hell? He's also running green? That's red-green. Unless my eyes are... Oh, we got another Prey Upon. Oh, this is hilarious. So we're going to kill his Banished Priest. This gives him 1 less blocker. Puts him down to 2 blockers. We get our creature back on top of that. And I think we just go for the face here. Can I bring these? Yeah, you know what? Just free. Let's just go with everything. He's at 10 life. We've got an 8/7 trample. Let's see if he's got exile or something. No, he does not. That is the game. GG. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. Starting off, we have got the Primal Bells. Creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Very nice on trampled creatures. The Young Wolf, just tremendous value here. It's a 1/1 that comes back as a 2/2 when it dies. It makes it an amazing early game blocker. You stomp a 1 health minion from dealing damage to you, plus you get the 2/2 for the follow-up turn, attack, whatever. Prey Upon, great for making favorable trades for yourself. We've got the Elvish Visionaries. It's a card draw, it's a cantrip, it's a 1/1 creature comes into play. The card replaces itself when it comes into play. Very nice. Earliest beast in the game, the Battering Krasis, the 2/1 with Trample and Evolve, so you want to play that before your bigger beast, pump them up. Advocate of the Beast to pump up our beast, +1/+1. At the end of every turn, we get to toss a counter wherever we want. Very good card here in the Primal Hunt Beast. It's a 3/3, but the big thing is it's got hexproof, so the opponent cannot target it with direct removal. They can do mass damage, but not direct. The Mold Shambler is a 3/3 beast. The kicker lets us destroy a non-creature permanent. So if we pay 6 when it comes into play, we get to destroy like a land or whatever, artifact, enchantment. The Garruk's Pack Leader, it's a 4/4 beast, but also we get the benefit of drawing a card whenever a creature with 3 or greater power comes into play, which this deck has a few of. And then finally our big Stomper, the Terra Stomper, 8/8, can't be countered, amazing against blue, has trample, it's just a giant beast. What else is there to say? There you go, guys. That's the deck. Thanks for watching this episode of Friday Night Magic. Tune in next week for another episode. Hope you have a fantastic week, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.